That's the wrong one. That's the one. That's the one. Let's see. Proprieties. That's the right one. All right. I'll have to close this. Close this. And it's playing the commercial. That's good. Turn the sound down. Yay. All right. If you can hear me, just give me a second. I always have to change everything every time I redo this. It's really annoying. View capture. Oh, okay, all right, there I am. Hello, all. Sorry about that. So I have to get everything kind of all set up again. There is no way for me to do this in a Google Plus Hangout, which is what I wanted to do. So I'm just going to do it this way. I'm waiting for the gentleman who I invited to the stream. His name is Mr. Spock. I don't know. Let me see. I hope you all can hear me. I see the chat. Hello all. I tried to start a Google Hangout. Let me back up a little bit. I have an OBS encoder software, so I have it encoded into YouTube, but there's also a way that you can do a Google Hangout through YouTube, and I don't know how to do that. So if anybody knows how to do that, maybe they can educate me on that, because I can't figure it out. I can do a Google Hangout if I start fresh, but if I have to change from OBS to a Google Hangout, I don't know. For some reason, I can't do it. My brain just kind of like freezes up, and I just can't figure it out. So hopefully, maybe somebody, if they ever have time and patience, they can kind of walk me through that. So I invited a gentleman to talk with me about his position on my video. Which was the dangers of Wicca. And let me give you let me see if I can add this window capture, YouTube. Let me call it up so I can show you what I'm talking about. So just give me 1 minute. Basically, this was on one of the very first videos that I had done, which is called The Dangers of Wicca, which was a video response to White Horse Media. And they were talking about the dangers of Wicca. But they just used the term dangers of Wicca, but they never gave any hard evidence. Much like, unfortunately, how people are being accused of things in the real world today, is that they're being labeled something, but they're not actually supporting it. And it's actually very destructive. It's very destructive to the individual concerned. And it's destructive because our populace is just learning to just shut that off and just say, oh, well, these 10 people think that so-and-so is this way, so he must be that way or she must be that way. And no, that's not always the case. So anyhow, so they keep talking about the dangers of Wicca, the danger, but they don't say what the actual danger is. They just use that buzz term, the dangers of Wicca. So I responded to this video, and, I made a video calling, the dangers of Wicca with the big question mark at the end, like, what dangers? And the whole video was just me saying, What dangerous? What dangerous? What is dangerous about it? What exactly is dangerous about it? So this guy responded to my video talking about the dangers of Wicca and how the dangers of Wicca was that there was no morality. And so we got into this back and forth, and it got to a point where I invited him onto a live stream, and I said, hey, if you want to find out what Wicca actually is, and I can find out your belief in Christianity, and we can do a respectful exchange of ideas. And that's what I invited him to do. And I don't know what's going on with him, so I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I don't know if maybe he's trying to connect, and because of my confusion with these starting different hangouts that I sent him links to the wrong one, or if he knows about this. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, because chances are it may be maybe the confusion is on my end and not on his end. But I did send him invites. Hopefully he is aware that this is happening on my channel. He will go to my channel and see that we are live. And let me double check the chat. If he is here, he can just say hello, and I will definitely invite him to into the hangout. If he doesn't show up, I'm going to carry on and get to know a lot of my viewers. That was something that we did several weeks ago, and it was kind of nice to actually see the people who watch my videos face to face rather than just like little avatars and text. I mean, I enjoy reading that, but sometimes it's nice to get to know who your viewers are a little more beyond just their icons. Because you watch my videos, you see me, but I don't have a chance to. Some of you have YouTube channels, and I enjoy watching everybody who has a YouTube channel that I'm aware of. But there's other people who maybe don't have a YouTube channel yet, or don't want to have a YouTube channel. There's nothing wrong with that. Where is this freaking video? The Dangers of Wicca. Because I wanted to go over the comment. I'm just looking for it now. Dangers of Wicca. I have too many freaking videos. I have way too many videos. It's kind of scary that I haven't run out of material. To be quite honest, it's like I was doing a search the other day for a video to respond to, and it's like I found like 3 of them. It's like, when is my work ever going to end? I mean, I don't mind because it keeps me making videos, but still, it's kind of like the day that I like go onto YouTube and I don't have a video to respond to. I think that'll be a very interesting day, because it'll be like, okay, I've responded to all the bullshit out there. I guess maybe then I'll go back and maybe redo some of my videos that I should have redone a while ago. Let me see. Why can't I find this video? All right. Well, anyhow, I'm not finding it, so I'm not gonna bother to keep trying to find it. I have screen captures of it that I will go through as soon as this opens up. Wow. Everything is just lagging today. No, it's not that one. Interview series. There it is. All right. Okay. So now I can screen capture this. All right. So let me do that. That's a window capture. Let me refresh it. There we go. All right. Okay. So, and now let me kind of resize this down. Whoops. Resize this down a little bit so you all can read it and get that annoying little screen thing out of the way. I can't get that out of the way. All right then. Can sort of get it out of the way. There we go. That's a little better. All right. So, let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. That will help. Let's see how it looks on OBS. Looks pretty good. Okay, so this was our exchange. Whoops. So, responding to my Mr. Spock, he said, well, the danger is simple, responding to my video about the dangers of Wicca. Knowledge in the hands of the unrighteous is power in the hand of the unrighteous. I assume Wiccans have few moral codes and disciplines to live by. They are probably all about self-satisfying life. Christianity teaches us to love our neighbor, something very few other religions preach. Someone please enlighten me if I'm mistaken. So I said, that's easy. The morality that the Wiccan and nearly every other religion in the entire world besides Christianity have is morality that offers no reward or punishment as consequence. So you can be assured that whatever good deed they perform comes from an honest and true love for humanity. Since the Bible covers no real moral instructions beyond the basic don't murder, don't lie, or don't commit adultery, everything else, including incest, rape, and murder in the name of righteousness, by the way, genocide and slavery are not only condoned, but in some respects encouraged. One of the arguments that especially the South used for enslaving Africans was that they were inferior, and slavery was condoned in the Bible. And this was one of the main arguments to continue to have slavery, whereas the more rational Americans were like, no, that's not right. Slavery is inhumane, and slavery was abolished. At least slavery in this country was abolished. Note, as for lying, I know many Christians who habitually lie publicly for profit and popularity, and unfortunately, yes, that is true. Do you need a list of names? I was more than happy to provide him a list of names. So really your question should be, where do Christians get their morals from? So this is my defense of morality, because they keep saying that Christians have morals, they have a moral book, and that everyone else is just a bunch of godless heathens running around fucking and killing and doing whatever they damn well please, which is not true. Maybe we do go around having fun and fucking and doing what we like, but that's because we don't have any guilt associated with it. As for going around raping and killing and murdering and looting and all that other stuff, no, there's basic laws in place. So our whole discussion was about morality and just pretty much where morality comes from. So he goes on, he says, rape, genocide, slavery encouraged in the Bible. You are mistaken, sir. The anecdotes which such acts were performed or condoned were all part of a bigger picture. It's easy to take a context about genocide and murder and slavery and say, oh, that's analogous, and then take a quote like, man shall not lie with another man, and take that literally and say, well, homosexuality is wrong. So it's kind of like, okay, either you're going to take the entire Bible literal or analogous. And if you're going to take some parts of the book literal or analogous, then it's contradictory. Let me see. The small details are meaningless. The overall lesson is what matters. No, the details are important. For example, Noah's Ark is logically a fictional story. There are people who believe it's literal, by the way. But the details are non-important, or not important. Whether it happens or not is not important. What matters is a lesson that you walk away with. The Bible teaches us great lessons of discipline and love for thy neighbor. Aside from that point, you say morality offers no reward or punishment. No. I said that basically, this is my point of view. If a Christian does something out of, like, let's say, feed the homeless or give money to the homeless. That is their religion. That is they're doing that in the name of Jesus, or they're doing that because they're Christian. Whereas, let's say, an atheist or a Buddhist or a pagan or someone else comes along and feeds the homeless or gives them money, the only reason why they're doing that is because of human compassion. So even though the Christian may do it out of human compassion, you know for sure that the non-Christian is doing that out of compassion, basic human compassion. There's no reward. There's no heaven. There's no hell that they believe in. Whereas a Christian believes that they are going to heaven or hell based upon how they conduct their life. So that was my position. I was not saying that it's the only reason, but I was saying that you can be rest assured that if a non-Christian does it, they're doing it for humanitarian reasons. Okay, let me see here. Let me kind of increase this one a little bit. All right, let me check the chat again just to see if Mr. Spock has joined the fray. Nope. All right, CC. Hello, Witch's Girl. Hello, Witchy Nicole. Zabora's here. Mad, make like Logan, take off slow mode, can't type but once every 2 minutes. Oh, yes. Oh, you know what? I don't think I can fix that. Crap. Damn. Yeah, because I did change that, earlier. Oh, crud. I was actually hoping to use that in such a way where people could talk more. I guess it had the opposite effect. Shoot, let me see if I can change that on the fly. I don't think I can change that on the fly. But let me see if I can. Okay, enable live chat, enable slow mode. Okay, so I'll disable that. So let me see if that changes. Okay, so slow mode is now off. So sorry about that, guys and ladies. I thought that it was going to help with people being able to chat. Okay, so let me get back to this thing. So anyhow, so he and I had a couple of exchanges. And so it came down to this. I said, let's chat, and he agreed. And we were going to do it on the 20th, and it didn't work out for him on the 20th. I said, well, what about the 27th? And he said that the 17th was good. I said, okay, great. We'll chat on the 17th, on the 27th. So anyhow, I don't know if this person is going to show up. If he doesn't, that's fine. No big deal. I would like to get to know my viewers anyhow. So, yay. So this Mr. Spock dude is dumbass. Got it. Well, I don't know. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. People I disagree with, maybe they are dumbasses, but I'd rather they give me a reason to confirm that they're dumbasses. Like Bill Schnoblin is definitely a dumbass. But somebody else who has a different opinion from myself may not be a dumbass. They just may have a different opinion based upon whatever they have, and hopefully that person can sit down and talk. And if they're not a dumbass, we'll probably come to some kind of an agreement. He may not completely agree with what I agree with, and I may not completely agree with what they agree with. But it's important to sit down and talk about stuff like that. For example, and I'm going to start getting more political in a lot of my views, but recently there was a person who's a Nazi who was sucker punched. I'm sure all of you are aware of this, but this guy, I forget what his name was, but he was considered to be a white nationalist or whatever, and he was punched. And a lot of people were praising that. They're, oh, good, that Nazi got punched and all this stuff. And I thought about it and I said, you know, what do you want to eliminate from this world? Do you want to eliminate every single individual who has a hateful opinion? Or do you want to delete and remove hate? If you want to remove hate, then acting out of hatred is just going to replace that with another form of hatred, which is essentially what is happening on the alt-right and the alt-left. The alt-left is using hatred to replace the alt-right. It's not going anywhere. It's just a different cycle. It's just flipping over to the other side. You cannot eliminate hate with hate. You cannot eliminate any ism with another ism. It just doesn't work. If you want to remove hate, you have to fill it with something else. You have to remove that hate. So you cannot go around attacking people who you deem as the other side of your political spectrum, because if you do, you are no better than the person who you are condemning. It's like, instead of, it's becoming what you hate, essentially. That's what it is. And people don't recognize that. And that's the disturbing part. That's one of the reasons why I'm beginning to get a little more political in my videos, because this is it's a blind form of righteous anger. And it's one of the things that I face in Christians a lot. So let me see. Who wants to come into the chat and chat for a bit? Shoot. Let me see if I can invite people. That's the funniest part, because I'm doing this on the OBS. Live dashboard. Let me see if I can invite people. Yes. I think I can invite people. So let me see. All right. Let me pop this chat out. Pop out chat. Put it over here. So I don't know if he is going to show up or not. Let me see. So Christian, if you are not on Hangouts or Skype, you can't. I would have to put clothes on. That sounds like too much effort. Oh, you know what, Lady Ambrosia? You don't have to put on clothes for me. Trust me. But I understand you're probably modest. You probably don't want everyone else to see you naked. Let me see. Or you can turn your camera off. I don't think YouTube would let people to do naked chats. I think that would be crossing the line at some point. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, so I looks like I can invite people. I think I'd have to invite them through Twitter. I think. So, I think I'm following most of you on Twitter. But let me see. I think I can invite. Let me see if I can. So, yeah, if anybody wants to join me, let me know, and I will send you the link You'll probably have to give me your email address, and then I can send you the link, I think. Mad knows about this. If not, maybe I'll just answer some questions from people. So if people have any questions, let me know. So let me see who's all here. Zabor is here, Matt is here, Cece's here, Lady Ambrosia is here, Witchy Nicole, the Witch's Girl. Creeps are my favorite, though. Uh-oh. Now I'm being called a creep because I think Lady Ambrosia is attractive. Uh-oh. I have a question. Okay, Lady Ambrosia, what's your question? Do still want to talk to your question. Your head looks soft, is it? Not really. There's like a little thin layer of skin and then my skull, so it's not necessarily soft, just shiny. I'm here. Can I shine your head for a nickel? Who's Sempi? Cece, you know what? I don't think I can invite people because I'm doing it through the OBS software. This is annoying as hell. Yeah, I'm kind of computer illiterate, or not really complete computer illiterate. I just can't quite figure out how to just do a Google Hangout on my Hellbound Heathen channel. TBH, to be honest, bald guys though. It's a very serious. What's a very serious question? If my head was soft, okay. Yeah, it's not soft. When do we eat the Christians? You can eat the Christians anytime you want. Let me see. Senpai knows me. Hey, y'all, my husband needs prayers. He has second-degree burns. Ouch! What happened to his arms, Zabora? Hayden Studer. Hello, Hayden. Sergeant Blunderbuss. You should follow Run to Christ on Twitter. He has some awesome videos. I've seen Run to Christ. I've seen some of his videos. What do you think of the lesser banishing ritual? I think the lesser banishing ritual is a great thing to practice. It's often called the LBRP. It's like one of the very first things you learn in the Golden Dawn. It's one of the first things you learn in many different traditions, magical ceremonial traditions, not necessarily Wicca traditions. I think it's very beneficial. It helps you to visualize. It helps you to kind of, it's good for visualization. It's good for creating a sacred space. It's good for creating a safe space. It's good for banishing things outside of your life, negativity, anything that you want to banish out of your life. It's very good for that. Chicken juice. I think I missed something with chicken juice. He pulled a pan out. Ooh, ouch! Yeah, that's not good. Ouch. Do you have a wife? No, I don't. How do you feel about human and demon relationships, the sexual kind? I don't believe in demons. So there's your answer. Oh my God. He went right back to work that day. He was a beast. Ouch. That's amazing that he got that he got burns on his arms and then went back to work. He's a trooper, but I hope he takes care of himself, because if that gets infected, he's not going to be able to work for a long time. So I hope it's not too serious. I'm sorry that happened to your husband, Zabora. But, yeah, I mean, he's a trooper, but I think he should probably take care of himself first. Like demon energy vamps. That's the thing. I know, obviously, we're all of various pagan beliefs and pagan paths, and not a single one of us is going to agree on every single thing. The thing is, I have, quote unquote, tried to work with demons and angels at various points in my career, and there was no evidence that was presented to me to believe that there is any kind of a demonic or angelic entity, spirits, or what have you out there. Now, that's my opinion. That's my experience. It doesn't mean that someone else who does believe in demons and does believe in angels is wrong. They've just had different experiences than I have. I've had no experience. They've had different experiences. The concept of a psychic vampire is definitely something that I have experienced and understand and have protected myself from. There are, most of the time, people are unconscious. They're the type of person who always seems to be having problems. They're always kind of under the weather. They're always kind of sucking onto you and latching onto you, and those type of people, they just kind of like suck out of people. And those type of people, you need to build a defense against. But as for demons and angels, no, I don't. I've never had any experience to give me reason to believe that they exist. Let's put it that way. Will you marry me? Know that it's illegal. Support it. It's all obviously. Ouch. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I was on Lunar Wisdom Show. Oh, yes, I know. I've seen you on Lunar Wisdom Show, Lady Ambrosia. And I've also seen you on a couple of your videos. I think maybe your boyfriend. I've seen a couple of your videos. And then I also seen you on Lunar Wisdom channel. I like Lunar Wisdom. She's nice. That was a good episode. How do you like living there? What's the weather like? Oh, I love living here in San Francisco. The weather's great. It's been raining like crazy lately, but it's great. We do not, the weather that we have here is, it's never too hot. It's never too cold. We're always kind of like within fall and autumn temperatures. So it's great. I love it. I think psychic vampires get a bad rap. I think they do, but I think that most of the time people are unaware that they're psychic vampires. They don't know that. I have rarely come across somebody who is consciously aware and able to control and use their psychic vampire abilities on purpose. Most of the people I've encountered who are psychic vampires are unaware of it, and other people around them are aware of it. And, I don't think they understand how to turn it on and turn it off. It's unfortunate about one of the things with most people who have psychic abilities is that they don't have to develop psychic abilities. What they actually need to do is not have psychic abilities. It sounds funny, but it's the actual opposite of it. They need to learn how to turn off the psychic abilities so they don't get overwhelmed. And that's one of the reasons why I did the shielding for empaths video. And that's exactly what that video is about. It's learning how to control your empathetic ability and to turn it off. And basically so you can kind of get a little bit of quiet mind And then once you learn how to turn that ability off, then you learn how to turn it on. It's kind of weird, but it's like people are talking about developing psychic abilities. The people who actually have psychic abilities need to know how to turn it off, not on. It's kind of funny, but that's how it is. What do you know about time travel and remote viewing? I have had experience with astral projection, but I don't really talk about it online too much. Let's just say the very first time you experience it, it's probably going to scare the living shit out of you. I'm just going to tell you that. It's going to scare the living shit out of you the very first time you do it. And be prepared. Sometimes, I just got the Satanic Bible. I haven't really cracked it yet. I'm interested to see what it has to say. Yeah, the Satanic Bible is interesting. Anton LaVey was kind of, he was a showman, but he was also an occultist. And, I think he had a lot of philosophy, and I think that that's what he put down in the Satanic Bible. But I think it can be just like anything else. I think people can get too wrapped up in, taking it literal. It's like a lot of, quote unquote Wiccans and the Wiccan weed and the threefold law. People get too wrapped up in following it to the T, and it's supposed to be this, it's supposed to be that. You don't want to take it too literal. It's their interpretation of it. It's Anton LaVey's interpretation of it. And just keep that in mind. I'm learning to control it. It's annoying. I think the gods. I'm not empathetic. Sounds overwhelming. It can be. I think that a good portion of my life I spent kind of just not understanding it and being out of control of it. And once I learned how to control it, it was like night and day. So yeah, it can be, but, learning again how to control it is fantastic. Put me in a car. I'm going to read afterwards. On the subject of psychic abilities, how about those auras? Auras, I don't know. Auras, I don't have the ability to see. There's people who say they can see auras, but I'm not one of them. Is it a big city? Have you ever gotten lost? San Francisco is a big city, but there's a joke. If you go to if you're on the top of a hill in San Francisco and you walk down, you'll hit Market Street. So it's hard to get lost in this city. Sexual vampirism has perks. Join the dark side. We have cookies. Sexual vampirism. I don't know about sexual vampirism. Sounds like something I would like to get into, though. Lion Logan, how did you start exploring the occult? Was it a book or TV show that sparked your interest? That's a great question, Zamora. So, yeah, the way I got into the occult, well, yeah, when I was in high school, I was incredibly bored with high school. I don't know how I passed all my classes. I never studied for it, but anyhow, I would go to the library because I couldn't go home during school because then my mom would know that I was cutting school. And so I would go to the library and just hang out there and then leave the library and go home at about the time I'd get out of school, around 3. So I started learning about mythology. I started studying, I'd heard obviously about Greek mythology and Roman mythology, but I learned about Celtic mythology, and then I heard about the Druids, and for some reason this spark just ignited inside of me. The Saint Brede or Bridget, or there's a name for her, which is the fiery arrow, which is Brio Sagat. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. But it is that passion inside of you that ignites, that something that grabs you, and it grabs you, and that's what happened to me. I experienced that kind of just desire to want to study that and find out more about it, and I got into studying the Druids, and got frustrated because the Druids, there's not that much information about the Druids, not accurate information. And so then I got into studying Wicca, and I met some other people who were interested in Wicca, and we started a group, and there were other people in that group one guy was studying with the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. There's another guy who was, I think he was in AA, maybe? Not AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, AA, the Order, or was it the OTO? One of those two. And then the other lady, she claimed to have been an Alexandrian initiate. I later found out she wasn't. But anyhow, so that's how I got involved in studying witchcraft, and then I started also studying the occult. And just because you find there's so much that goes back. The Western occult tradition is very rich. There's a lot to it, and there's a lot of information there, and it's really interesting to see how the Western occult tradition has influenced science that we practice today. This was pre-Enlightenment. It's just very fascinating, but we don't hear about the influence of the occult on our society. Druids are okay. Boxers or briefs? Oh, what do they call them? It's like a combination of boxers and briefs. It's I don't like briefs because they're painful, and I don't like boxers because they're too loose. So there's a type that is, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it, but anyhow, they're like boxers, but they're tighter, so they keep you a little more contained. Let me see. Patreon, there is no coven to my city or even near it. The Morgan is calling me. I'm not going to listen to her still. The Morgan is calling me. I'm not going to listen to her till in bulk. Okay. Let me see. Matron is an elderly woman who lives in your home, usually unmarried. How is it different from normal sexual consent? I'll counter. What do you think of Jediism? I think Jediism is just a joke. Anybody who seriously, but if they find some kind of a moral compass, or if they find some kind of benefit studying Jediism and they take it seriously, then, honestly, what are you going to do? Tell someone you can't practice this? You're stupid. You can practice whatever you want, but you have to understand that not everybody is going to take what you are practicing seriously. If you're worshiping, if you built a whole mythos around the Star Wars franchise, then you found what speaks to you, but it doesn't mean that everybody's going to be taking you seriously. This is a creation that was made by George Lucas. So just be prepared. You have the right to believe whatever you want to believe, but people also have the right to, laugh at you. And you just have to understand that. I understand that being a witch who practices witchcraft and claims to have psychic abilities. There's people out there who laugh at me. They can do that. They can laugh at me. They can make fun of me. I've chosen to do this, and this is what I do. So, I have to deal with that. Have you ever traveled abroad for pagan things, places like Stonehenge? Oh, yeah. Yes, I've been to, I'm answering Surfer Girl's question. Yeah, I've been to Stonehenge. I've been to Lost Castle for the Museum of Witchcraft and Magic. I traveled to Ireland. I've seen Newgrange. When I went to England, I was there for the unveiling of the plaque of Gerald Gardner and his residence in Christchurch. And I also, I've spent about 2 weeks in Ireland, 2 weeks in England. And I actually have videos on my channel if you want to see the unveiling of Gerald Gardner's plaque at his last place of residence. And I consider that to be quite an honor to be able to be there for that. I met some people who were very involved with Doreen Valiente and Gerald. Well, I don't know if this person worked with Gerald Gardner, but definitely he was the last high priest of Doreen Valiente before she passed away. And I got to meet him, and I met Philip Heselton, and even met Dave the Bard, Dan the Bard. So I had a lot of fun. And Stonehenge, I went there for the summer solstice, and it's very intense, but they leave it very dirty afterwards. A lot of people drinking and stuff like that. But they also have they have a whole army of people who go and clean it all up. Let's see, Commando, haha. Nothing against any druids, but the few I've came in contact with seemed very patriarchal. It's like witchcraft today, and I'm talking about European witchcraft. European witchcraft is not the same as what people back in 13th, 16th century believed that they may have been practicing witchcraft. They probably didn't call themselves witches. They probably called themselves peelers, herbalists, midwives, whatever. Same thing with the druids. What people call themselves the druids today, back then they probably didn't call themselves the druids. So what we have today is a modern reconstruction of what we believe druidism is, or what we believe that witchcraft is, or what we believe that a lot of various pagan religions are. But what they actually practice pre-Christian times is, we have no way, we have an idea of possibly what they believed, or what they practiced. We have kind of an idea, but as for what they actually believed and what they actually practiced, we don't know. And there is a story of a island, Iona, where the Romans were going and there were women who were dressed in black who were hailing curses at them and all this stuff. And there is archaeological evidence for high-ranking princesses or priestesses that they've found. So there is some evidence. And then there's also Boudica, who was a queen of the Iceni, who raised a rebellion against the Romans in 52 AD, I think. But she was a matriarch. So, I don't know. There's some evidence that points to the possibility that there was a woman or women's priestly caste, or maybe the Druids had women who were on par with them. So, maybe modern day Druids today are patriarchal, but that's probably not accurate reflection of what happened in the past. The evidence that we're uncovering from the past, it seems like women held a pretty powerful position in society, on par with men, and also the mythology puts them on par with men. So if they are patriarchal, they're not being true to what they're basing their practice on. Let me see. Husband does boxer briefs too. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Zabora. Boxers. Yes. Boxer briefs. They are the way to go. No matron title. How do you become pagan? So Witch's Girl. I think I answered that question. How did I become pagan? That's how I became pagan. Was I studied the mythology, and it was something inside of me just sparked, and I was just drawn to it from that point on. I don't know why, but cursing wicked people is oddly satisfying and gives me complete satisfaction. It does. If you have somebody in your life who basically you have a hatred for, and if you are very angry with someone, yeah, it does feel good to do a curse against them. It just does. It just feels good to do that. And there's probably benefits to that. But it's it's a slippery slope that I prefer people go ahead and experience. But the experience that I've had with it is there are two various reasons why I do not curse people. And it's not because I believe in any kind of karmic threefold law or any of that other nonsense. It's because there's two different things that I experienced. One was the lack of patience and intolerance and other options that you begin to kind of get this tunnel vision of. And if they're not suffering, you suddenly get so frustrated because you're so pissed at this person. They're such a fucking asshole. You've done all these fucking curses, and they're just walking through their life and nothing is happening to them. And you're so frustrated and angry. And it's frustrating, and you want to be able to have control and have power and do these things, and if you don't have that power, it's very frustrating. Now, the other side of that coin is if you do, and they do suffer, and something does happen to them, you are left wondering, is that my fault? Am I responsible for that? And you may feel bad about it later on, and that has happened to me twice in my life that I can remember at this moment. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with cursing someone, but just be aware of the consequences of them, that's all. Jediism is like ducky joke. I don't wear underwear. Okay, Lady Ambrosia, you are okay. Wear under. It's be like TFSM. Have you read the Grimoire of the Green Witch? No, I haven't read the Grimoire of the Green Witch. How can you send me the link? Facebook, maybe email. Oh, you know what, Cece? That's the problem. I don't think that I can because I'm doing it through OBS. The only thing I can do is, I think I can do it through Skype. So I'd have to. I don't think there's any way I can share it. Let me see. This sucks. I got to figure this thing out. I can share it, but it doesn't. But I can't invite people to it. That's the sucky part. I could either create a Google Hangout on a separate page, or I could Skype people in. That's what I would have to do. Sorry. Yeah, women who don't wear underwear, I don't know why it's so sexy. It just is. Let me see. June's your witch. You are the karma free balling lady. I know, right? Underwear is annoying. Yeah, I think for women, I could see that underwear. Ow, but what if you're wearing tight jeans? Wouldn't it bother you? I don't know. I guess not. But for me, now we're just getting so personal here. I prefer to have underwear because it's just more comfortable. Let's just put it that way. Tolkien. Oh yeah, that's true. There probably should be Tolkien religions. When I was a child, I used to protect the innocent from being bullied. Jediism, I love being karma. I've cursed a lot of people. I'm planning on cursing. I want to go see the redwoods. Yes, the redwoods are beautiful. And so is Yosemite. They had some flash floods in Yosemite, which they had to close a part of Yosemite down. But yeah, it's beautiful up there. Looks like something is happening. The stream is buffering. I don't know what happened with it. So I hope everything's okay with it. But it looks like it's buffering on my end. Hopefully it'll pick up. All right, let me see. Keep on with the chat here. I want to see the redwoods. I know they fall off, or you have to fix them. You know, experience enough to be cursing. That's an interesting thing. What would make someone not experienced enough to curse, as opposed to someone who is experienced enough to curse? That's a good question, Zabora. I know you're saying that, but I'm just wondering what makes someone experienced enough to curse. Definitely would check them out. Mine don't fall off because I don't wear them. Lady, I was born in the Redwoods in California. Yes, it's very nice there. Lady, you're not helping. Not Impromptu, a guy I know is super experienced, and he is helping. Have you read the Goetia? Yes, I have read the Goetia. The Goetia, you mean the one that has all of the spirit symbols in it? Yes. Anyone willing to help you curse also is experienced enough. I mostly do healing and prosperity spells, but revenge is fun. Sometimes it's warranted. Don't do curses, please, CC. Mostly do sex magic and money magic. If you're going to do a curse spell, you're going to do a curse spell. That's just the way it is. This is the thing. If you're going to do something, you're going to do it. So if you're going to do a curse spell, you're going to do a curse spell. That's just the way it is. I think the best thing to do is just to be aware of it and just to understand like the consequences of it and what you're actually doing and why you're doing it. There's other thoughts into it. I did a whole video on this and I talked about this on the Google Hangout. But if you believe magic actually works, and if you believe your spell is actually going to work, and you are doing a curse on someone, and you actually believe it will work, then you have to understand there's consequences for it if something actually happens to that person, and you have to understand that there's a very strong possibility. It could have been coincidence, but it could have been because of your curse. So just understand that. If you are playing around with magic and you don't exactly believe it, and you don't really believe in spells, and you're just kind of playing around with it, chances are you're going to be cursing left and right and playing with it. And that's my opinion. I've done 2 curses in my life, and I regret both of them. Because they worked, and who we are and what we're feeling right now is going to change. It is so real to us in this moment right now, how we feel. 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, 1 year, 5 months, next day, 3 hours from now, you're going to be essentially a different mindset, a different person. If you are so angry with someone that you are angry with them for more than 24 hours and you do a curse spell, just think about it for 24 hours at least. You may find that it may change. Just give yourself the opportunity. But you may cause someone harm. You may do something to them that they are, they suffer the consequence of that long after your situation and your anger has been resolved with them. And this, I'm speaking from experience where there was a situation where I was very angry with someone and they suffered the consequences for it, and they're still suffering the consequences of it if they are still alive. And my anger with them it went away. I was no longer angry with them, and now I regret it. So just be aware of it. And that's what the Wiccan Read and the threefold law tells you, is to be aware of it. Understand that what you put out there, it may come back to you, and you don't know exactly how it'll come back to you. It may not come back to you with karma, but it may come back to you in other aspects. You may do something to someone that has a negative effect on you, and you just need to be aware of that. And unless you absolutely know every single chain of event that is going to happen as the result of your curse, you don't know what's going to happen or how it is going to come back. And this video looks like it's flipping out. I don't know what's going on with it. I hope it's still going. Okay, it looks like it's still going. So anyhow, that's my little spiel about curses. One of the things I like to do is send people on vacations. If if you piss me off and I work with you or live with you or do something and you suddenly go on vacation, it's probably because you've annoyed the hell out of me. I like to solve situations with very creative and unique consequences. They're not consequences, but results. So there are ways to get people out of your life or resolve situations without having to resort to a curse. I mean, not every single problem can be fixed with a hammer. Let's just put it that way. Mine not seems to be protection and cleansing. All I can promise is that I know I have at least 2 more people to curse this year. Okay. All right. Have fun with that, Cece. Let me see. Sounds like I've been cursed, Cece. I'm the last person What about death curses? I'm kind of backing up in the chat because as I talk, you guys are going on. Let me see. Laughing out loud. Online boyfriends aren't real unless they show up in my PayPal. Lady Ambrosia, you're just fun. I like you. What is a cuirass? I don't know what a cuirass is. Are you talking about the bladed weapon cuirass? What about death curses? Well, yeah, I mean anything that. Yeah, I mean I guess you could do a curse for anything, but I don't know. I'll have to do a video on curses one of these days. The last person I cursed got my friend evicted because she didn't want to date him. Yeah, that sucks. Sounds like he's already cursed, Cece. Not yet, he isn't. I curse mass murderers and rapists. Well, yeah, they should be in jail. I had a karate instructor who told me once that if something won't matter next week, it probably doesn't matter at all. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Is that yeah, I mean, your feelings are going to change. We identify with who we are in this moment right now, but like a week from now, you might not be angry with this person. He doesn't know what he's doing. If it is bad that you're curious, come someone. Oh, curse. Okay. I curse someone for making a teen kill herself. Let me see. You're fine. I'm not opposed to cursing people who deserve it. I just think that one ought to be dead certain, pun intended, that the curse. You're good, Lilokin. Why, thank you, Mad Witch. You're good too. I like you. You're a good guy. You're such a good person, Lilokin. Oh, thanks. Well, I just try to put things in perspective. Last person cursed is still cursed. She was kicked out and lost housing assistance, lost food stamps, lost her kid. Wow, that sucks. That really sucks. But she deserved every last bit of it. Of course she did, Sephora. Of course she did. She let her daughter be molested. Wow, yeah, that sucks. I don't know the whole situation, but it sounds like she shouldn't be a parent. Sounds like Child Protective Services should put that kid in a foster home, but again, that's a horrible life for most kids. Read Psalm 109, the cursing psalm. I read it to my enemies. Psalm 109. Have to look that up. I'll be on Lunar Wisdom next Thursday talking about Roma, occultism, and gypsy witchcraft. Oh, that sounds interesting. I will definitely check that out. Thank you. That's great, lady. I've had problems with money magic. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Here's my take on money magic. And obviously people are going to have 101 different opinions of it. You don't want money. You don't want money. You want security. You want home. You want food. You want wealth. You want prosperity. You want abundance. And you want benefit. You don't want money. Money is a piece of paper. So think of money different. Don't think of money as money. Think of money as what it represents rather than what it is. Let me see. Sounds wonderful. Who doesn't like Ambrosia? I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody who doesn't like her. She's fun. She is the type of person you want to take to a party. Yes, the world needs more people like that. Agreed. I am the party, Cece. She is the party. I like that. Liar. Who are you calling a liar, Mad? Michael Wallace. Message retracted. Okay, Mike, I don't know what you posted, but apparently YouTube found it offensive. Can I go to the party, Ambrosia? My mom protected my abuser when I was little. She lost both her kids, and now she's stuck in a motel. I feel good about my work, laughing out loud. Yeah, that sucks. You know what? Whatever. If she deserved it, then she deserved it. I don't, to be quite honest, there's more to witchcraft than curses. I'm just going to put that out there. Awesome, James. Good job, Zabora. Let me see. I want Obama back in office. Okay. Got you. Sometimes cash doesn't know when you don't need it. I'm making a paper play button for my 100 subs. If I ever get there, mad. Is it bad that you curse someone that you hate? You. Saying you like me and I'm a good guy. You are a good guy, Mad. What is a paper play button, Mad? I think it's important to keep in mind the way you are utilizing your money magic. Like for me, I am a barber. Most of my clients are men, so I utilize aphrodisiac oils, glamour spells, and keep jade. Yeah, okay. I can see that. Kind of using your assets to your advantage. I don't see anything wrong with that. In my bra, of course. Money isn't even paper anymore. It's numbers in the bank. Yeah, that's true. Works like a charm, and the other girls at the barbershop can't figure it out. With you there, Logan. With you, I missed the first part of your saying, Raven 50. With you there, Logan. I have no bra. No, you know how when you hit a number of subs, you get a silver, gold, or diamond. Oh, play button. That's what he meant by that. A paper play button. I'm not wearing a bra either. I'm not wearing a bra. So I'm not wearing James did the same thing that I did. I'm not wearing a bra either. Logan, what do you think of pop culture magic using the Batman symbol for protection as an example? Again, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want to do. I don't take it seriously. I think that there's a population of people who are playing with magic and they're kind of having fun with it. And, I understand that. I did that for a while until I kind of took it a little more seriously. It's just something that you grow out of after a while, or maybe you don't grow out of it. I don't know. Maybe you don't grow out of it. But I don't take it seriously. I think it's just kind of, there's no way I can take it seriously. I can see using the symbols to create a protection or create a thought form or create a result with. I can definitely see that. I can see using modern symbolism for that rather than ancient symbolism. But I don't think that they've really built up enough of a gestalt. I don't know. It would be interesting. I think that there is some benefit to it. But if you're actually worshiping Batman and Robin and the cat lady or whatever, I can't really take that too seriously. My nipple rings will show through my shirt. Yeah, I could see that. On the cursing doll. Okay, I missed some things. Let me go back. I'm not wearing a bra either. Okay, it's the YouTube symbol. Okay, Logan, what do you think of? Okay, so I answered that question. Assets and bra. If your ass is in your bra, you've got big problems. Let me see my assets. Lady, let's support no wearing bra. Hey, if you ladies don't want to wear bra, I am right behind you. I am absolutely 100% behind you. I think you should wear whatever you damn well please that makes you feel comfortable. Let's see. Tubers get fancy ones when they make big milestones on the cursing doll. I burned my bra 10 years ago. Haven't been back since. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, bras just seem very uncomfortable, in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, it just seems like because you have this thing kind of digging into your skin here. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem like it would feel comfortable. It just seems like, and especially like if it's really hot, it seems like it would just make you sweat and hotter. So yeah, I mean, I think you should wear whatever makes you feel very comfortable. But I do know, this is really embarrassing, and I hope my girlfriend doesn't kill me for this, but my girlfriend has very hard nipples. So when she wears shirts, they're very prominent, and she gets a lot of looks, a lot of glares. So she likes to wear bras, and she's even bought like little like pasty things that you can just put over the nipple to just kind of cover that because they're prominent. So I can understand that, because it makes her feel uncomfortable when guys are sitting there staring at her tits. So if that's one reason to wear a bra, but again, she doesn't wear the bra. She doesn't always wear a bra. Sometimes she wears those. Let me see. Would you see pop culture magic, which invokes the accumulation of psychic energy in living celebrities? Would like to see pop culture magic, which invokes the accumulation of psychic energy in living celebrities. I don't know. I hate bras. I'm at home, so one will see me anyway. Okay. Oh, ouch. Can't get nipple rings. My husband plays with my tits too much as it is. This is kind of random, but whatever happened to the Chaplin mustache? Oh, I think it looks a little too much like Hitler. I think that's why it goes away. Let me go back up. I've had mine pierced twice. Lilokin is behind us to grope us. Lady, I'm thinking about getting tits rings. I've had mine pierced twice. Nipple rings, lady. It's not legal here. I don't know. Do nipple rings make your nipples more sensitive? So now that Lilokin has talked about his woman's tits, how about the weather? Let me see. I had my junk pierced once. Yeah, I knew a guy who did a Prince. I think it's a Prince Albert. It's the one where the opening of the penis. There's a piercing that goes through it and then out and around. So it's like that, kind of like it goes through the urethra and it goes through like that. That does not sound good. I think there's a type of piercing at the base that goes through the penis, so it goes like along the lines of the penis, and they put in almost like kind of like nipple rings, but are nipple bars, but they'll go along the shaft of the penis. I don't know. Supposed to enhance sexual. It's supposed to help in the bedroom. I don't know if it does. But I think, and I know some women who have gotten their clitoris pierced, they say it's stimulating. For some, it's like, overstimulating, like too much. And then I've heard some people, it's almost like it hurts. So I think it really depends. And then people who've had, like, they get the piercing and they have like an orgasm. They're like very intense just having it done. I had nips pierced and I ended up taking them out. Yeah, but I think the hole would stay there, right, Raven? I lost sensitivity. Oh, that sucks. Or you can lose all. Yeah, right, exactly. Nipple hinge. It's just under the head. I'm learning too much about penis. Oh, that's right. CC. We should, yeah. CC, we're sorry about this. We're all adults here, and we're all talking about stuff that maybe if you feel uncomfortable with it, I completely understand. If you leave, but we should be aware that CC is how old are you, CC? I know you're under 18. So, yeah, we should probably, you'll find out about all this stuff in good time. We don't have to, I guess, explain it to you. It's called the ladder. Oh, yeah, okay. I was going to get something else priced, but my doctor talked about it. Keep it PG-13. Well, actually, CC, I think maybe I'm actually going to say, if you're uncomfortable with it, I can understand if you don't want to stick around. But I think we're going to go ahead, because I think my content is 18 and over. So it's up to you. You're welcome to stay, but I think we'll kind of tone it down a little bit. But knowing us, we're probably going to be talking about all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, this is just the beginning. We're probably going to take it a couple of steps further. So just be ready for that. I don't want needles in my, yeah, exactly. That's one of the reasons why I never got piercings. I have a big fear of needles. I don't like anything piercing my skin. You're scaring me. Mine grew over. What has this dream become? Exactly, Dorian. By the way, Dorian has a great channel. You guys got to check him out. He's just done a couple of videos right now, but I think you should check out his channel. And also Mad Witch, too. Check out his channel and subscribe to him so he can get 100 subscribers. All my body jewelry is enchanted. Yeah, I could definitely see that's a good idea. From witchcraft to titty rings. Well, if you think about how witchcraft started, it's not that far off. Logan, you should grow your beard out. And Matt, I don't like really long, my girlfriend hates my beard. But I like it. But I don't like a really long beard. I like it kind of, it's at the point where it's a little soft, so it doesn't like stab her. But it's, you know what I mean? But it's not too long where I start getting like, noodles stuck in it or whatever. But it's not short enough that it kind of like pokes her when we kiss. So it's just at that length where it's a little smooth. Just think if we were all drunk, how the chat would turn out. You know what? I've gotten pictures that unspeakable, so I don't think it could get worse. Okay, good. Y'all show me out. Creation should be praised. Violence should be shunned. Exactly. F-boys are so creepy. F-boys are so creepy. Yes, F-boys are creepy. I don't know it. So sex shouldn't be a sin. Yes, that's right. Exactly, Charmelina, and I agree with you. And I think sexuality in our culture has always been kind of suppressed, and I think it's been for the detriment of our culture. And I think people need to be more open about talking about it. And so that's why I don't really want to restrict talking about sex on my channel. I mean, there's nothing wrong with sexuality as long as it's between one or two or more consenting adults. Have at it, there's all kinds of, there's a lot of stuff out there, and it's fun, and people should play around with stuff and do stuff and find out what they like. And I think that there's a lot of benefits to exploring sexuality healthy and doing all kinds of different things to enhance it and play with it and, get it. It shouldn't be such a taboo subject, I think is the best way to describe it. And I think that's kind of what is happening. Like right now, there's a lot of kind of like gender bending, or a lot of people who are they're like trying to find new terms for it, like pansexual, and there's like this whole spectrum. I think that it's kind of like the floodgates are opening, and like people are just kind of like really exploring their sexuality, and then they're opening up their sexuality so much that they're trying to now find like, okay, so where exactly, who am I and what am I? And it's kind of like, you're probably just exploring it, and you don't really have to define it beyond that. Basically if you feel drawn towards something and you're comfortable with something, then that's something that you should be exploring, and I think that people have hang-ups about this. It's like, oh, okay, well, I have to only be with a man, or I only have to be a woman, depending on who I am, but bisexual. Anyhow, my point is, I think there's a lot of stuff. I think there's a lot of stuff that people are opening themselves up to, and it just seems really chaotic right now, but I think over time it's going to begin to I think it's going to calm down a little more, I guess is the best way to describe it. I'll be honest, I've had a glass of wine or 12. Yes. Lady Ambrosia is definitely a party. Jesus wants you to fuck a whore rather than jerk it. Jesus wants you to fuck a whore rather than jerk it. Oh, whore. Jesus wants you to fuck a whore rather than jerk it. Okay. Jesus wants you to fuck a whore rather than jerk it. I don't know. I think that personally, I would prefer jerking it to getting a whore. And I'm assuming that when you mean a whore, like a paid prostitute, I think that's, I don't know, whatever. I mean, somebody who sells sex for money, chances are they're probably not doing it because they want to be doing it. So if you're having sex with a sex worker, then some sex workers enjoy the line of work that they do, depending upon what it is that they do, but some of them are not exactly they're not exactly comfortable with doing it, and they're very detached from it. So, in that scenario, I think it would be better just to please yourself rather than put somebody through that, even though you're paying them for it. Again, I'm for prostitution. I think prostitution should be legalized, and I think it should be better controlled and paid, and have Medicare and all this other stuff, and be protected. I have carpal tunnel. Not even gonna go there, man. Masturbation is safer than sex, so. Yeah, but I think it is, but I think you should join in on, I think you should share it. I don't think you should just keep it to yourself. But, if you are by yourself, there's nothing wrong with it. Masturbation is healthy. Exactly. Fuck this autocorrect. Laughing out loud. That's like 3 glasses. Bottles. Go sex with yourself. Exactly. It's in the Bible, Logan. Better you seed shall be in the belly of a whore than on the ground. Oh, right. Yes. There was a guy who I did a video response to who used that line. Exactly. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's kind of odd that they would say that in the Bible, but then they say all kinds of crazy things in the Bible. So, yeah, I can't remember which Bible verse that was too. When you jerk it, you don't need a condom. Yeah, you don't. You don't need a condom. Condoms help keep it clean, though. Yeah, now we're getting into the fine details of, should you use your left hand, your right hand? Should it be more of a circular motion, or should you keep it at a steady? Boy. Okay, this is my Friday night. Yep. If priests could have wives and have sex, altar boys would be safe. You're absolutely right, Dorian. That's what napkins are for. Napkins and old socks. Poor altar boys. Yeah. It sucks that I'm still a virgin. Well, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I think that I don't think it sucks to be a virgin. I think that it's kind of, you don't want to just sleep with anybody just to lose it. I think it's better to just go ahead and just carry on. And when you meet somebody, lose your virginity to them and be somebody who it cares about rather than just lose it to be losing it. But also, that's also another stigma, this kind of virgin stigma. It's like, it just means that it's something that hasn't, I don't know. I think there's a certain stigma that we have around virginity, and it's not like this purity thing or anything. It just means that you just haven't had that experience yet. And that's, I don't know. It just doesn't, it's kind of weird that we have that term, like we don't have terms for other things, but we have a term for that. It just doesn't seem, anyhow, I don't know. I don't think it sucks. It's just where you are at. Lilocan, I'm 13. Apostrophe. No. Exclamation point 3. Yes, Cece, I understand you're 13 years old. And again, if it makes you uncomfortable, then, we'll understand. But I think we're going to continue to talk about stiff socks and naughty bits. I'm sorry, everyone. Can you give me parts of my knee get better and that the doctor find out what's wrong with my knees, and I will be able to use my foot so I'm not on crutch anymore? That sucks. Ouch. Sit on your left hand, and then when it's numb, jerk. I've heard that too. Good virginity. Thanks, but I'm 31. Well, there's people who've been older. Good thing our Christian friend couldn't make it. I fear he'd be offended by our sexual liberation. He would probably be shocked. And don't fuck just to fuck. Fuck to be physically intimate with someone. True Lady A. People tell me Satanists will sacrifice me. Laugh now. People make me crazy shit. I'm all for fucking for prana. There you go. People think I do the sacrifices. I'm all for doing you. Just wear a condom. Exactly. That's true. Yep. Thanks. Laughing out loud. Let's all wear condoms. I think, especially nowadays, I think you should always be careful about, first of all, not getting pregnant, but also being aware of sexually transmitted diseases. And also, if you're comfortable in who you're with, and, if you don't have to worry about getting pregnant, you don't have to worry about sexually transmitted diseases, you're going to be more comfortable to fully enjoy what you're involved in. And, sex doesn't always have to be penetration. Sex can be every single thing leading up to it, and even without it. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do without actually ever getting to the point where you actually do penetration. Only if it's goatskin, right? Well, we could talk about weird Old Testament laws to get into heaven. Like a man needs his genitals intact to get into heaven. Yeah, that's a hilarious one. I love that one. Loveless AI. Hey, Loveless AI. How you doing? Dorian, then why did God tell the Jews to cut their foreskin? I don't think God told Jews to cut their foreskin. I don't think there was this deity who's created the universe, created everything, created man and woman in his own image, and then sat there and said, you know, I forgot the little piece of skin on the penis. Abraham, my bad. Would you cut the foreskin of the penis? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I had a little too much wine that Jesus made, so please, the little foreskin part, just cut that right off. My bad. Won't do it again. I don't think God said that. I think that is something that people, obviously about religion, they kind of put that in there. Let me see what else. What do we got here going on here? Hello, peeps. Hey, Mary. How you doing? Welcome. Oh, God, we are on the sex talk. Yes, we've been talking about sex for a while now, Loveless. Many Weaver. Apparently we are. Yes, foreplay is basically all I've done. Yeah, and I love foreplay. I think it's fantastic. So you two are in for a weird talk. Let's fuck because it's Friday. Let me take a flight to Spain so I can. Okay. Hey, Zaza. Oh, hey, Charm. I meant praise. Hayden Struder. His message was retracted. Oh, retracted. Okay. If God told them to cut it off, why did he put it there in the first? Exactly. That's my whole point. God said they had to cut their foreskins so he could tell them apart from the Gentiles. But if the Gentiles did it, which they did, the Bible has more satanic practices than Satanists have. Interesting. Can you explain that, Charmaine? That would be interesting to know. God, cut off your foreskin. I don't care if you have better sex. Cut that shit off. So Cece apparently is pro-circumcision. Oh Lord, I hate talking about circumcision because because of how they remove it. Yeah, it's not that fun. This is making me asexual. Laughing out loud, cut it off. The Bible describes animal sacrifices. Oh, right. Yep. It does. Yeah, it does. It does talk about animal sacrifices. Let me see. There is a video that I think maybe we'll watch. I don't know if you could see my screen. But since we're on the topic of it, let's watch a video about the evils of masturbation. And let me get my thingy here. Okay, and let me see. H2Y. There we go. Okay. And let me see if I can get this on the screen here. Oops. Since we're on the topic of it, I can shrink myself. No, I can't shrink myself. Oh, I don't have to be so prominent. So let's watch this video.
Hey guys, it's Chris. How you doing?
Hey Chris.
This video is going to be about masturbation.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
I haven't been looking forward to doing this topic.
I agree with you.
If somebody would have told me 2 years ago I'd be doing videos on masturbation for Jesus Christ, I probably would have laughed in their face.
Yep. And
told them to get out of my way, that I'm too busy for this kind of stupidity. You know, not to mention Jen's whole family came up here for prayer. Her mother came for deliverance, and I had to cast demons out of her today.
Okay. Came for deliverance and had to cast demons out of her. How does one go about casting demons out of a person is the the question I have.
And if someone told me I'd be talking to demons when I didn't believe in demons and doing videos on masturbation, I'd be even less excited to hear what they had to say. Really weird, guys. Really weird. I don't understand. Some days I get up and I'm like, what is going on with my life? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I can't believe what the devil did to this world. I can't believe there's a devil, and I can't believe there's Jesus. But thank God there's Jesus.
Thank God.
I could say. But anyway, masturbation's a sin, guys. It's a big one. I recently watched...
It's a big one, huh? Well, good for you, Chris. Good for you.
A pastor who I actually liked before I heard him say that this was okay for a married man to do, to masturbate. Guys, this is a lust of the flesh. And when you test it with the good fruit test, it bears no good fruit for God. How does masturbating bear good fruit for God?
If you're masturbating and you're not bearing good fruit, you're not doing it right.
But beyond the basics, this is not to be used as birth control. God is to be used as birth control. If you are in a holy union with a woman, a man and a woman, and you're having sex, God controls the birth and nothing else.
Oh.
If you want to have sex and you want to relieve yourself, you have sex. If you can't hold it in, you don't go masturbate. God didn't create your sperm to go in a napkin. He created it to bear the next generation so you could be fruitful and multiply, like Genesis says. And if you're not going to be fruitful and multiply, you just donated that sperm to the satanic kingdom.
Now, unfortunately, this is one of the reasons why some Catholic families are like, they have like 14 or 16 children, because they actually believe that they could only have sex if they were going to bear children. And so they had all these little rugrats running around. And, no, if you want to have sex, but you don't have to have kids, otherwise you're going to have like 20 kids, 100 kids running around. That's crazy.
And this is really what I want to talk about, because you guys don't realize the spiritual, demonic ritual you're doing when you masturbate. Some people will say they don't masturbate out of lust. This particular guy I'm thinking of, who happened to be a Calvinist, which is fine with me.
That's a masturbating Calvinist. You don't come across those every day.
But when he said this, I was like, what? How can you be a Calvinist and say this? Not like I'm a Calvinist. I'm like a half Calvinist. But I believe in free.
He's like a half Calvinist. I'm like, maybe three quarters on a good day Calvinist.
You will, and I have my own ways of explaining it if anyone wants to know. But I don't call myself a Calvinist because I'm not. You have to follow John Calvin. But anyway, this guy said, the reason I masturbate is number one for birth control, and number two, it's not a lust of the flesh. I don't lust to do it, but he is so wrong about that. He is absolutely anytime you're masturbating, it's a lust of the flesh, hands down. There's no question in my mind. In fact, I'm 100%.
You know, the very first time I came across this video, I wasn't too sure if this guy was a Poe because of all the kind of words he used. It was slightly sexual innuendo, like hands down and all this stuff. But apparently, no, he was being absolutely 100% serious.
Uncertain it's a lust of the flesh, because you're doing it for a feeling. If you're doing it for a fleshy feeling, for relief, for anxiety relief, for birth control, the reason to do it for birth control is like saying I can't contain myself, so I either have to have sex with my wife or do this. It's idiotic. It's idiotic. Did you ever think of just leaving it in God's hands?
I am not leaving masturbation into God's hands.
Crazy talk. But other than this, what's going on, guys, especially if you look at porn, number one, if you look at porn, you're getting spiritual ties to every porn star you watch. If you're watching porn with a man and a woman, you have soul ties to the man and the woman you...
If you're watching porn with a man and a woman, or you're watching a porn with a man and a woman? If you're watching porn with a man and a woman, that's, well, maybe that's what you're into. Nothing wrong with that. But, let me see if I can reshape this just a little bit so you guys can see it a little better. There we go. Little bigger. Maybe I don't have to be so quite so prominent. I'll move over here.
You just watched, and all the people that made the film that were involved in making that film. And if you go into deliverance, you better break all soul ties to all the porn stars you've watched and all the porn companies that made the movies. So this could keep a demon in your body, and it's definitely bringing demons into your body, definitely. Because sexual ritual is exactly what it is, and it brings demons like no other. Sexual magic is some of the strongest magic in witchcraft. And what Satan's tricking everyone into doing is like a mini sex magic ritual. Because let me explain to you guys, when you are masturbating and you envision whatever you envision, hopefully it's semi-normal to normal sex, because some of you people are doing all sorts of crazy stuff, which is definitely satanic, and you can get some kind of ideas of what I'm thinking of, but you want to stay far away from that. But anyway, what you're doing is you're envisioning whatever your lust is, and when you envision that in your head, what's in your head creating that image is a demon. When you have a favorite porn star and you think of her in your head, there's a demon in the spirit realm assigned, a principality or a ruler assigned to that actress.
Wow.
Whether it's male...
So how do they go about this? Is there like do they apply for it, or are they just kind of like, is it alphabetical? How do they associate demons with certain pornography stars? It'd be interesting to find that out. Maybe it's a lottery system. I don't know. Maybe randomly associated with it. Be interesting to find out.
Male or female, black, white, or everything in between. As long as it's evil and it's sin, and it's in mass media like porn, there's a ruler assigned to it. And that ruler has legions of demons under it. And every time somebody lusts or sins with that person, that principality rules, that person was dedicated through witchcraft to that principality, through not sorcery, through witchcraft.
Oh, not
sorcery is only when you're using drugs, guys. But anyway.
Okay. Okay, I see. So sorcery is only when you're using drugs. Okay, I got that. I hope you all are taking notes.
Envision this porn star. A demon enters your head and takes the form of that porn star.
Okay.
Now, say you masturbate to the same porn star because she's your favorite porn star.
Do I have to masturbate to the same porn star in the same video? Or could she be like in other different videos?
Every time you masturbate to that porn star, you give the demon that already came in more control over your life. More control over your hands, your arms, your mouth, your motor skills, and you empower.
Wait, I gotta hear that again. What?
The demon that already came in more control over your life. More control over your hands, your arms, your mouth, your motor skills.
If he's using his hands, his mouth, I'm impressed. Let me just tell you that right now. If he can use his mouth to masturbate, I am impressed. That is, he is either incredibly flexible, or he is well endowed. So I give him my hats off to you for that, buddy. And
you empower it. You let it get a better hold on your flesh. For instance.
And the last thing you want is to give a demon better control of your flesh.
When I cast demons out of people, when there's a demon that's resilient and he's not ready to come out that day, and we need to do some more Bible lessons or something, or get the person in the Word of God, because some people, God doesn't deliver everybody completely, guys. I don't believe there's any man of God in the world that can just go up to somebody and say you're free, and they're free of all demons. They're just free of the demons that are binding them up, guys, because when you get free of all demons, you sin no more.
Sounds like he's into binding demons, and if you're into binding demons, that's nothing wrong with that,
If you were demon-free, you'd be sinless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Try and understand that.
Okay, I'll try.
So when a deliverance minister says you're free, I'm hoping they don't mean you're completely free, because then they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Like, for instance, some people have legions in them.
Really?
And the demon talking to you is the strong man or the one they send up first to intimidate you.
Okay.
And try and overpower you and shut it down right from the get-go.
Right.
And if it can't, then if that doesn't succeed, that demon is the smart one that deals with you while you interrogate it. And then all the dumber ones they toss up. And until the dumber ones are all gone, you don't have a shot at getting that one out. There's a certain order they need to go in.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like one serves the administrative function, and you have to go through them, and then those other ones are kind of like his lackeys. But you can really only talk with the one who's the strong one. Okay. I think I'm getting a good understanding of how the administrative function of these demons inside of me work. So thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate this. You are definitely a man of many talents.
Is my experience, at least. And I'm talking at least, I don't even know how many people, guys. Over 100 I've seen it go this way.
Wow.
So, and, I have no need to hold to anyone's views on deliverance. I just started doing it in the name of Jesus, so no one really taught me deliverance. I watched many people learn things from many people, but this is what I believe. This is what I've seen. So,
right. So he watched people and learned how to do it.
You know, like Jen's mother came here today, and the Jezebel came right up and started talking.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But the
Yeah.
Jezebel didn't come out. The Jezebel doesn't come out in one day from 40 years of sin. You know, when someone hasn't even got into their Bible yet and started to walk righteous.
Walking righteous. There you go.
It goes on your free will, guys.
Yeah.
But this porn thing with these demons,
Mm-hmm.
the demon takes over your body, and what I was getting at is the more you sin when a demon comes in, the more that demon takes you over. And as you're doing deliverance, the demon gets less and less control of your hands, your arms, and it weakens, it weakens, it weakens, almost to the point where it's a prisoner in your body.
Wow.
Like the demons I have left in my body, and I know I have at least lust and Leviathan. And many other demons have told me I only have 2 left. I don't even believe them. There's got to be more.
Wow.
But if there's only those 2, those 2 are. I don't fall to that sin.
Okay.
Pride a little bit sometimes.
A little bit of pride.
And lust. I never actually go along with the sin ever.
Okay.
But I do have the pull to look at girls sometimes.
Oh, God, bet you do.
But until lust is gone, I will have that pull.
Yes.
That if a girl jogs by in its shorts, shorts
yes.
and a tank top,
oh man,
I'm gonna have a urge to.
Yeah,
look.
you are.
But as long as I never do it, I'm fine. And then eventually, as long as I keep fighting that sin, it'll go
keep
away.
Fighting it.
And that's when the demon gets less control of your eyes.
Yes.
And it can't pull your head. And it can't. It's flesh of the flesh with you. Its head is your head. Its eyes are your eyes. So as you fight that sin, the pull gets weaker, weaker, weaker until it doesn't pull your head anymore. Then when it doesn't pull your head anymore, you have a month or 2 left. And then one night, if you pray hard enough, God will pull that thing out of you. And that's how this works.
Is it just me, or is this guy's whole spiel just filled with sexual innuendo? Seeing the girl jog by in shorts, and then he goes in a tank top, and then he's talking about his eyes, and he's talking about it. That poor guy. He just really wants to fucking just. That poor guy. He just wants to get a little bit of relief. And he just can't do it. Oh, that poor guy. I actually feel sorry for him.
And I'm relating this to the porn because as you keep masturbating to the same porn star, you are empowering that demon over your body, and until you stop, you will have that demon making you lust over your favorite porn star. And then you have to fight it. And until you don't think about that porn star anymore, and this goes not only for porn stars, but real girls, too.
Oh.
Of course,
really?
Guys. Even more so than porn stars. If you're masturbating and thinking about real people, you have even a stronger soul tie.
Wow.
But it may not be as destructive because there's not a principality dedicated to that girl like they dedicate Jenna Jameson. The reason everyone's lusting over her is because she's got a powerful demon sitting over her.
Wow.
Projecting lust through her at any man that looks at her. It's pretty easy to understand, guys. If you have questions, ask me. I'll answer them. But I know exactly how this works. I've seen demons.
You know what? Let's put him to the test. So, what should we ask him? I'll put it in the comments. Let's see if he answers it. What is a question that we have about masturbation that we think he can answer for us? Yeah, right, exactly, Matt. That's a good point. So porn stars aren't real people. Very good catch. Very good catch. Let me see. Porn stars equals demons. I like how certain demons were associated with certain porn stars. Tell him he should get some head. Okay. No, he said. Let's back it up. Let's see what he said. He said,
"And that looks at her." It's pretty easy to understand, guys. If you have questions, ask me. I'll answer them. But I know exactly how this works.
Okay, so he's saying if we have questions about masturbation, we should answer. We should ask them. So let's ask him a question. When was the last time you actually had good sex? Okay, that's a good question. That's one. Let's see. How about this? We can put in more than one question. When was the last time you had good sex? Copy and paste. Number 1. When was the last time you had, give me an underline for that. When was the last time you, I'll just fill that out. When was the last time you actually had good sex? All right. Let's see, what else should we ask him? Or the last time he orgasmed. Okay, we'll put that in there. Copy. When was the last time you had good sex? Apostrophe. Or the last time you organized. No, that's not what I want. Or the last time you orgasmed. Let's say, I'm just going to change this, had an orgasm. I bet you he's probably, because he's married, so, I don't know, whenever they had the last kid. Ask him if he prefers left or right hand. Okay, that's a good one. Prefers. Copy. Watermelons, how do demons enter urethras and vaginas? That's a good one. Okay, let's see. Number 2. Let's see, so you guys can see me writing this here. Ask him if, do you prefer left or right hand? Let me see if I can just change this just a little bit so you guys can see that I'm actually writing the question. Oops. Writing the question in there. There we go. So I am asking the question. Let's see what he has to say. So let's see, what else do we have? Lord have mercy, don't get me started with watermelons. How do demons, why is even looking at a woman thinking dirty thoughts a sin? Why would Jesus tell us that? Adultery? That's a good question. Copy. Let me see, number 3. Paste. Why is even looking at a woman and thinking dirty thoughts a sin? Why would Jesus tell us that? Okay. All right. Let me see. I want to know, man, there's nothing wrong with having sexual thoughts about a person. Well, that depends. Why does masturbating equal, which is adultery? Let me see. Okay, Dorian. It's 2 questions. I guess they're different. Why does masturbating equal dirty thoughts? Which equals adultery? What? Is that what you meant to say, Dorian? Did I get that right? Oh shit, he is legit asking. CC thought I was kidding. Does he feel sun when he looks at other? Oh, does he feel sin? Yeah, okay. Does he feel sin when he looks at other women because God says to? Okay, that's a good question. Copy. 5. Paste. Do Do you feel sin when you look at other women because God, I don't need that apostrophe, because God says to feel bad, or because he thinks he is being unfaithful to his wife, because to feel bad, or because you think you are being unfaithful to your wife. Do you feel sin when you look at other women because God says to feel bad, or because you think you're being unfaithful to your wife? That's a very good question. Masturbating, why is that thing? So I will put at the top here. We were watching your video and we came up with some questions for you, if you would be so kind as to respond. All right, let me see. Any more questions? Let me see. Imagine if he looks at other guys like that. CC, the only chat is me. Okay, we're all witches, right? Okay, all right. So these are the questions. We'll see what he says. Let me see. We were watching your video and we came up with some questions for you. If you would be so kind, if you would be so kind as to respond. Number one, when was the last time you actually had good sex? When was the last time you had an orgasm? Hey, he's probably not going to answer that one. Do you prefer the left or right hand? Okay. Why is even looking at a woman? Why is even looking at a woman and thinking dirty thoughts a sin? Why would Jesus tell us that? I'm just going to put an apostrophe there and say, oops, that. Is it adultery? I guess that. Why does masturbating equal dirty thoughts? Which adultery? Why does masturbating... let me see. Cece, you have more questions. All right, what is it? Yes, Cece, go ahead. What is your question? Do you feel sin when you look at other women? Why does masturbating... So, hey, Dorian, what did you mean by why does masturbating equal dirty thoughts, which equals adultery? Let me know what you meant by that. Let's see, Loveless asks, have you heard of EA coding? Yes, I've heard of EA coding. EA coding is somebody who's familiar with the occult, and he's out to make money. And you can't really... I can't blame him for what he does. I mean, I did a video on this a while ago. But basically, he's out to make money, and that's what he's doing. So, there you go. The second one, you gotta... Come on, Doreen. You gotta give me more than that, the second one. Why does masturbation equal dirty thoughts, which equals adultery? Just explain that to me, or let me know if we need to change it. Become a living... Oh yeah, Loveless, I know exactly who he is, and that's my opinion of him. I have heard of him. Again, he's somebody who's familiar with the occult. He knows other people who practice the occult. And he is out to make money, and that's what he does. Let me see. Does mutual masturbation count as a sin? Oh, that's a good question. Copy. And I am going to say is mutual masturbation a sin? Well, I like your phrasing of it better. Does mutual masturbation count as a sin? Okay, there we go. Let me see. Okay, let me see. The only video I like by him is when he interviewed a woman named Noria. Yeah, there's a video you should see of him and a friend of his that is in a graveyard calling up spirits. Just watch that video, and that video will encapsulate exactly who EA coding is. And there's one when he interviewed a woman. Yes, I'm American. Where's there? 3 drops of patchouli and 6 drops sage oil is the best bath ever. Patchouli is so bad for my nose. I put peppermint. Second one. The Neko one. Yeah, I think it's the Neko one. Is oral sex a sin too? Is that another question? All right, let's put that in there. Copy. And that's it. I think we got a bunch of good questions for him. So we will see what he has to say. We have a good 7 questions here. So we will see what he has to say about that. If God hates masturbating, why does it feel so good? He gave us the pleasure sensors in our brains, right? Agreed. Zabor, is that a question for him? Copy. Paste. Number 8. Paste. If God hates masturbating, why does it feel good? He gave us the pleasure sensors in our brains, right? That's a good question. We'll see what he says. You guys are so nice. Why would the simple act of masturbating equal the eternal punishment of adultery? Okay, I like that. I like that, Dorian. Wait, why is it? Copy. Okay, so we'll replace that one with that one. I like that one better. Why would the simple act of masturbating equal the external punishment of adultery? Good question. You guys are so nice. This is what I meant. Thanks. All the sexual questions in the world. Hashtag all the sexual questions in the world. All right. Okay. So, I think we got a good bunch of questions there. I know there's a slight delay on the chat. Which is one of the pleasures too. So. Well, I bet he's going to make an entire video. Yeah, that would be funny. So, all right, we will. I will put down here. Looking forward to your answers. Thank you very much. All right. Comment. There it is. We were watching your video and we came up with some questions for you, if you would be so kind to respond. When was the last time you actually had good sex? Do you prefer the left or right hand? Why is even looking at a woman and thinking dirty thoughts a sin? Why would Jesus tell us that? Is it adultery? Why would the simple act of masturbating equal the eternal punishment of adultery? Do you feel sin when you look at other women because God says to feel bad or because you think you're being unfaithful to your wife? Does mutual masturbation count as sin? Is oral sex a sin too? If God hates masturbating, why does it feel good? He gave us the pleasure sensors in our brains, right? Looking forward to your answers. Thank you very much. So, we'll see what he... So Boris says when witches troll together. Imagine if he made a video about you being Satan and all of us in the chat are sex demons from hell. What the fuck? I had another question, asshole. Wow, Cece. For somebody who's 13, you sure got a mouth on you. All right, let me see. So, so our friend didn't show up. So I'll probably change the name of this to, I don't know, shooting the shit about sex or something like that. But yeah, so, let me see. I think that's pretty much about it. I think video. So we're pretty much done with that video. Let me see what is going on in the chat. We don't really need that anymore. So let's see. I was hoping to kind of invite people into this chat to chat with them, but I don't know how to return this back to a regular Google Plus. So shoot. So I guess I will end this. Is there any other questions people had? Yeah, let's talk about sex. I think that is a good title for this. Let me see. A stream inside a stream inside a stream. Yeah, exactly. Really, it's a stream inside of a stream inside of a stream. Next live stream. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm going to start them up on Saturdays. I think I'm going to start having regular, because we have Heathen Haven, and I know almost all of you have been going to that. Those of you who can, I know Zabora usually has to work, but Mad and Loki's Witch and myself do the Heathen Haven, which is on our channel, Heathen Haven. You can put it into YouTube. I'll also put a link down here. You know what? Actually, let me look it up right now, and I will put the link in the chat. You guys can subscribe to it, and we meet, and we do the same thing like I've been doing here. We go over videos. We watch like 2 or 3 videos per episode. It's about 2 hours long, and we just kind of, right now we're on Mullet Man. And we've just been going through his videos and just correcting the bullshit, making fun of the guy, having fun, basically kind of like the same thing we are doing in this chat right now. But check that out. It's on Sundays, 7 p.m. Pacific time, where I live. And so, obviously, depending upon which time zone you're in, it's going to be, a different time. But it's 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we usually, like I said, watch about 2 to 3 videos, and Mad and Loki and myself, we just talk about it and correct the information. And, it's a lot of fun. And often, we come up against questions where we don't have an answer for it. And so it's good. We'll check with the chat, and people will Google it for us and find out exactly what's going on with it. And, so we give the correct information, but we have a lot of fun with it too. Yeah, Cece is always there. She's, and Witchy Nicole too. She's always there. Let me see. There were some other names that I've seen who have been in there, I think. But yeah, I know Zabora, usually she has to work, so she misses it. But Loveless, you should check it out. And the Witch's Girl, she's there too. Yeah, Mullet Man makes me scared. Mullet Man makes everyone scared. If you do not have a mullet, this man will scare you. So, all right, thanks all. I want to again have a video hangout with you all and get to know you more. I got to figure out how to be able to have a regular Google Hangout on my channel, because again, for some reason, the only way I can do it right now is to do it through OBS, and I want to figure out how to correct that, how to change it. So maybe if somebody knows how I can do that, they can send me a PM or a message. And when you see that next, and and yeah, we can do that on Saturdays. Not this Saturday, not tomorrow, but I think maybe next week. And the Now You See TV response, yeah, those kind of come up as I see the show, so they're very spontaneous. So especially on Wednesdays and Saturdays, around 6, 7 p.m. Pacific time, around this time, usually I might do one of those because they're just kind of like, whatever they're going to be talking about, I'll do it. Wednesday interviews. Yeah, I was trying to keep a regular schedule. And I have an interview that I'm in the works. There's a couple of people I've contacted to try to do some interviews, and we'll see what happens with that. But those are kind of depending upon when the person is available. I'll have the interview, but it really depends upon their schedule, pretty much. And help the guy out. What time on Wednesdays? I don't know what the... Yeah, so Saturdays will probably be 6 p.m. or probably 7 p.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time. So... All right. I think that is pretty much it. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a great weekend. Check out Heathen Haven, which is Sundays at 7 p.m. The link I put in the chat, so please check us out. And thank you all so much. And I'll do another one of these live streams next Saturday. So thank you so much, and have a good night. Blessed be.